Focus on your long-term goals will bring much fortune and prosperity to you from this point on, and your passion for this will be burning strong. But welcome everybody, welcome to Our Sky, Our Story. My name is Kelita, Sahliah. I am here, I'm just behind the camera. If you are new, I am a mother, I'm a real angel, and of course I dabble in crypto. So do make sure you check out my Crypto Angles podcast, where I combine astrology of the sky with the crypto market, because X marks the spot. But anyway, over here we use the actual visible sky. So all of these luminaries are in alignment with the visible sky. It is different to mainstream tropical Western astrology, because where does astrology happen? It happens in the sky, so it just makes more logical sense to me. But there's videos down below which explains in more detail, and I always say, don't believe me, check for yourself, Google it, grab a calendar, get an astronomy app, and see for yourself that these are where the luminary positions are. So this is where they'll be on the 21st, and we're going from the 21st to the 27th of January. So we're going to get through this quickly. What I usually do, if you are new, we go through the transits that's happening this cycle. We then touch on the moon transits, and then we clarify with some tarot. The moon in reverse at the bottom. That's interesting. No illusions this cycle. And then we come back to the present moment, because the present moment is all that matters. And of course, right now in the present moment, both of these calendars are available, so do grab it, physical and digital copies. I also offer birth chart readings in alignment with the visible sky, all details down below. But let's get into it anyway. We are obviously in this calendar. It's very used because obviously I use it, but the quality is upgraded in this one, trust me. So this cycle, as you can see, we are going from the 21st to the 27th, from the day of the sun to Saturn's day. And we have two transits happening and a full moon. It's a wolf moon in, what's it called? Cancer. And then we have Uranus stationing direct. So, I'll just leave that there. Let's write these down. My baby's still asleep. Thankfully, my children are feeling a little bit better, which I'm happy about. So, on the 22nd, Fortune is making a transit, as I said, into Capricorn. And then we have Lilith making a transit into Scorpio. Oof. So, what is this telling me? Basically, as I said, Fortune. Oh, by the way, this is the child luminary and it's in Serpens. That's Serpens, okay. Right on top of Ophiuchus. But anyway, Ophiuchus is part of Serpens. So Fortune is literally all about fortune and prosperity. Right now, it is in Sagittarius and it's transiting. So you would have been fortunate and prosperous if you were focused a lot on that direction you wanted to go in, your own personal philosophy in life, studies, travel, or thinking of where to travel and things of that nature. But we are moving, we are heavily still in Sagittarius energy, and do make sure you check out my video that I released at the 1st of January, how the luminaries support you for the month of January, okay? Because I synchronize it all together in those videos. It's a bit too much to do it in this video. And check out the one that will be out for February. Yeah. So anyway, Fortune is moving into Capricorn. Capricorn is all about solid foundations and long-term goals. It's about creating that stability, and it's about taking your time, because it's the earth element and it's fueled by Saturn. So it is about a lot of structure, discipline, taking your time, working on that long-term goal that you're after, and it's like you're building the stability and foundation in order to do so. It's the GOAT, basically. You're taking your time. Of course, the sun is operating through the lens of Capricorn anyway. So this cycle from this point, as you're watching this video, the sun isn't in Capricorn. It enters on Saturn's day. So as you are obviously looking through that lens of your long-term focus goal anyway, continuing to do so and just being in that energy of Capricorn energy of taking your time, creating the foundation, really putting in the work. Basically, it's about showing up consistently. As it's fueled by Saturn, you have to be consistent in what you're doing, and you just have to show up. But doing that will bring fortune and prosperity to you. So you may naturally feel more inclined to get back on track with any work that you've been doing, especially if you feel like you were more, like you kind of fell off a little bit on your work or kind of what you're doing. If you were just more in that mode of thinking like, yeah, this is what I want to do, this is where I want to go, but you hadn't been putting in the actual physical work, or it's been a little bit less, well, it's going to increase as we enter the Capricorn energy anyway. So yeah, it's going to increase, and I feel that as long as you naturally feel it, I always say don't force it to fit. If it naturally fits, let it fit. If not, then it doesn't. But if you, I forgot this one. If you naturally are feeling like, yeah, this is what I want to do, I just want to focus on my work, get it done, this is a goal I'd like to reach to, and you just want to work towards that goal. If you are naturally feeling that, because these are the energies of the sky, then continue and trust yourself. Okay, trust yourself. And as Lilith moves into Scorpio, Lilith represents what we are passionate about. It is our deep burning passion. She was Adam's first wife, and then she grew her wings, flew away, said fuck this shit, and you know, she flew away. Check out the stories online, but basically it represents what we are truly deeply passionate about, but we're being suppressed in this area. So moving into Scorpio, Scorpio is high on passion, and I'll show you why. So Scorpio is fueled by, as you can see here, Scorpio is fueled by Pluto as well as Mars, and it's a water element sign. So this is all in the calendar, and what is it? It represents the reproductive organs. Okay, so you may feel a little bit fruity. Oh wow, no, for real, you may actually feel a little bit fruity from the 22nd, like extra fruity potentially. So excuse me, confirmation, double cough. But anyway, because Pluto as well as Mars fuels Scorpio, it's like we are naturally going to enter into this passion and desire of Lilith wanting to transform our passions, what we're truly passionate about. We're probably naturally going to that will fall into our long-term goal of what we're truly passionate about, and we'd like to transform through that. But Lilith represents external noise, resistance, and suppression from the hologram. So it is telling me, even though we'll be working on our long-term goals, focused on that long-term goals, our lens, we're seeing things through that lens. We may be deeply passionate about something, but keep in mind, if the hologram makes up noise, there's like little discrepancies, disturbances. Someone's probably saying you can't really do that, or you really gonna do that, or you know, really challenging your long-term goal and your passions towards your long-term goal. Keep that in mind, okay, because it's going to be amplified. Lilith is about your passion. Scorpio is heavily passionate. Mars, because it's fueled by Mars as well. Mars is all about passion. It's that fire, that flame, that direction you really want to go in. It's your it's all about your passions, basically, your direction and passion, and you want to transform through that. That's Pluto and Mars within Scorpio, and it's about really tapping into your depths and vulnerability of who you are, and your vulnerability is your strength. So this is why it's like, whatever you may see as vulnerable, but that strength will help you towards your long-term goal. You may get external noise about that vulnerability coming through, but I always say use that as a sign as you are on the right track. And I didn't write the retrogrades. I'm so sorry. I didn't write the ones that were retrograding. So use it as a sign that you're on the right track. That's the biggest thing I'd say. Your passion towards your long-term goal may be coming up strong. These are the natural natures of the hologram, and it's nature, it's the stars. We are the stars. It impacts our bodies chemically. So yeah, see what happens. If you are feeling heavily passionate, romantically passionate as well, and I find it interesting that that's popping into Scorpio as it's soon going to be Valentine's Day. We're entering into that lovey type of season. But if you are naturally feeling more passionate about that time, that could be why. But you may be more drawn to who you want long term, okay, and not just so like, oh yeah, just a short-term person. That may be off-putting to you, so keep that in mind. And moving on to Uranus stationing direct in Aries now. So Uranus is all about bringing sudden change in your life. That's what it's about. It's fueled by it fuels Aquarius. It links to plutonium on the periodic table, which I'm sure is 94. As I said, I do link this to the elements because that's how it impacts our body. So this plutonium has Pluto qualities that's in Scorpio as well. So and we're stationing direct. So it's this Pluto qualities. It's known as Uranus is known as the father of electricity, so it has this electrical element. So basically, you being in this Aquarius energy, Uranus energy, forgive me, within Aries will bring about that electric change as it stations direct. So with it being in Aries, it was retrograding and it stations direct at the end of the cycle, obviously on the 27th. So for about 6 months, we were in this retrograde energy of Uranus. That is crossing the I's, dotting the T's, basically is putting all things in place that you didn't have the capacity to before, to allow this electric sudden change to activate chemically within your body, which will then impact your auric field and attract new and different experiences into your life on what you want. So Uranus isn't really the easiest luminary at the beginning to work with because it has that electric quality. It can tear down the old to allow the new to come in. So it's been retrograding. So you, as I said, you've been crossing your I's, dotting the T's. So now when it moves forward now, you are able to transform. You are able to have this sudden change more in alignment. So again, if you feel like you've been working on things, doing things, and it's just like, oh, when's this change happening? When's it happening, lad? Basically, you were you wouldn't have had the capacity, say at the bit like halfway into 2023, you wouldn't have had that capacity to have that change and be that person. You may have had all the ideas, you may have been starting things, etc., but this moment, these 6 to 7 or 8 months it was retrograding, I think it's about 7, during that time, you would have been working on other things. You would have been putting things in place. You would have probably found more research on things, for example, in order to change you first house. So this is Aries. This change is going to happen first house. So this sudden change that is coming in will be activated first house, and it's stationing direct until, shall we find it, when is it retrograding again, so I can give you a better time frame of like when it will be doing it. Grab this calendar, people, if you would like. Okay, so we've got September. Where is it? I just saw you. September 2024. Uranus stations retrograde. Okay, and it's obviously, oh no, it's stationing retrograde in Taurus. So we'll talk about that obviously when we get to there. But we've got from January, or pretty much, you know, from February up until September for this transformation to take place. That's why people grab the calendar. Okay, grab the calendar. But anyway, for this transformation to activate in you, first house. So first house, Aries, it is about, Aries is the first zodiac, so it is that first fiery, passionate flame. So it's all these new things you're trying to get out there and get into in a passionate, excited type of way, because Aries, like the baby, it's the first fire sign. So it's like, it's just ready to take things on, you know, and show up first house. It will show up in your appearance as well. First house, basically, because it is first house, people will see and know what you're about. Your whole appearance could change at this point. So if you've been feeling to just naturally work on your body, to work on certain things, then that's something. Like one thing, like I've been practicing, and my video on my mommy TikTok has done so well. Check out my TikToks, by the way, people. But my mommy TikTok has done so well. I've been practicing telekinesis with my son, and I'm at like 600k views right now on my mommy TikTok. And it's like, that's something I had kind of kept a bit quiet, but it's like I'm slowly bringing it more out there. That video just blew up, but I am slowly bringing it more out there. So that's something, first house, that will be seen. So it's just things like that. That's just one aspect. Of course, I've been working hard on my calendars, on my videos, and if I've probably not been so recognized right now, this electric change will come in and show up first house. People will know what I'm about instead of, what's this person doing? Or, you know, so if you've been working on things, if you've shifted career, or anything like that, people will begin to notice, again, your external appearance, working on your body, changing what you eat, and things of that nature. People will know it's going to show up first house, and you're going to just be, you know, all passionate about it. And of course, it moves into Taurus, but we'll get to that in September 2024. So that's kind of what I'm seeing there. And I find it interesting how these synchronize, these three alone, because as we're stationed direct in the first house with our external appearance, people will know what that's about. This electric change will come in to bring about sudden changes, to bring more in that area, you know, so you are more noticed and things of that nature. And as we're stationing direct, we're moving forward in momentum. We're focused on our long-term goal. And we need that passion in order for our long-term goal, for this electric change to happen and show up first house. So ultimately, if you just reside in this Aries energy of your that fiery, passionate flame again, that newness, that excitedness, is like, yeah, this is what I'd like to do and truly bring out. This is how I'd like to look. This is how I'd like to kind of go about it. Having that new ignited passion towards it, basically. Having fun with it. In all that you do is having fun with it. That's Aries. And that will set off the signal to bring about that electric change. And of course, that will help with your long-term goal. And your passion is heavily involved with your long-term goal, to set up the solid foundation to show up first house as this new version of you. Okay, and I find it interesting because it is in Aries. When's it in Aries till it does move? When does it move into Taurus? I'm not going to do like a whole video on this. If I end up doing it, I will. So that's why we'll just say it now. So in May, Uranus enters Taurus on the 23rd of May. So this is beautiful, isn't it? Anyway, so it's like, I feel we're generally at the last stages. I may do a whole video on it, you know, so I can just focus on Uranus, but I feel we're at the last stages of this is how you are showing up first house. Okay, this is how you are showing up first house. And because we're at the end of Aries, it's like, okay, you need to kind of get on, move with it. We've been slowly working on it for years. It's been in Aries for a minute. It's been in there for a minute. So we would have been naturally working on this electric change to happen within our first house quite naturally. And then, of course, it will enter into Taurus and we will enter this new toroidal field as how we are. It's kind of like setting in stone then. But yes, that's what I'm seeing for our lovely Aries and Uranus stationing direct in there. So the moons, anyway, we start off with the moon in Taurus on the day of the sun, so on the 21st, and then we move into Gemini, Cancer, and Leo. So we move into Gemini. We've got a Gemini moon here, and it enters about 11 p.m. I'm only writing the dates. I only write roughly the time. It's London GMT time when it moves either super early or super late. And then obviously it moves into Cancer on the 25th, about 4 a.m. And it is a full wolf moon. It's a full wolf moon, okay? And then it's Leo. Leo about 5 p.m. So I'm like showing the times only because usually the moon lasts about 2 days in it. But of course, when it enters super late into one sign, it kind of just shows, or super early into another sign, it's like, oh, that's only 1 day, but it's not. It's 1 day and quite a bit before it enters into Leo. So that's why I wanted to show that. But anyway, the moons are known as the mover of our emotions. It gets our energy moving, our emotions moving, and from our emotions moving, we act upon something through our feelings, our intuition, our gut instincts. Whatever comes up for us, we act on that, or sometimes we might not, but confirmation mini burp. But we act on that, and it's through how we're acting that out, and from that act, whatever we draw in, we see it through the lens of the sun. Okay, so just keep that in mind. How our emotions are moving us from this point on, we will be seeing it through the lens of our long-term goal, and stability, and yeah, things of that nature. So for a start, we are in the full moon energy. So we shifted here, we had our first quarter moon here, and we're moving into the full moon energy. So we will be moved a lot by our gut feeling, our intuition, and things of that nature. Our energy, our emotions will move us more in that way, where it will be fully illuminated basically. So because it is fully illuminated, you can trust your gut instincts much more. You'll be leaning more on, this is just how I feel, rather than needing logic and reason behind it. So do keep that in mind, and do keep in mind my voice, but do keep in mind animals just maybe going mad. I swear, rats ended up going in our shed, and it's just so annoying. So outside right now, the garden is just a mess because everything's out of the shed, the children's toys and everything. And there was six holes. 2 of them were big and broad, and it was just so annoying. Like, I had memories in there, a box of memories, and they just fucked it up, literally. it's disintegrated. Managed to just save a few photos from school, but it's just like, it just showed me the past is done. You know, we're entering into this whole new stage. Pluto is in Capricorn. Our whole structure is changing in society, and I feel like that life before, it just wasn't meant to be. I'm just designed for so much more, so maybe it just had to go. I had to just let it go. But yeah, these motherfucking animals. Anyway, confirmation cough, entering into a new life. Do you hear about that Kagalula? I don't know what it is, but things are shifting, people. We're truly entering into this golden age. So whatever your long-term goal is, what you see, let no one tell you otherwise, and please focus on it. Don't get distracted by noise on the world stage. They're going to be doing the most. They're going to be doing the most. Ignore it. Focus on what you're doing. Create that reality. Be in that higher bandwidth of consciousness, that more expanded, I won't say higher, I'd say more expanded consciousness, that more expanded bandwidth of consciousness, so you can operate there. Okay, because we're not higher than anybody, we're all equal, but we operate in different frequency bandwidths. And as we enter into 2024, as we're in 2024, we are entering into these expanded bandwidths available for our consciousness. Okay, but if you are distracted by noise, you won't be able to operate in that expanded bandwidth. So please focus on whatever this is for you. Okay, it's going to be different to everyone, and you can do it. Make this suppression and your passion towards this, make no one tell you otherwise. But pep talk over, let's get back into the moons. So the moon is moving from Taurus, and on the 22nd, on the Monday, it's moving into Gemini. So our emotions will be operating in this new toroidal field right now. Confirmation cough. Right now it is in Aries, or it's going to, as I'm recording this, it's going to pop into Aries in about 2 hours. But we'll come back to that in the present moment. But generally, we entered into this, if you were feeling a little bit shit, your spark, your passion, your emotions may be feeling a bit renewed. You would have alchemized it, as last video we spoke about the Cetus watery dip going into Cetus and up into Pisces. And of course, from Sunday, we are entering into this new toroidal field, as I'm sure I finished off saying that in my last video. But we're operating, our emotions are moving us in this new toroidal field to now attract new experiences to us from how our energy moves us. Okay, yeah, from how our energy moves us, we're entering into this new toroidal field, which again I find interesting, because as we're operating through this new toroidal field to begin to attract new experiences to us within this 28-day cycle, fortune is entering into Capricorn for this long-term goal. So we're attracting that more to us, and our deepest passions, we're attracting more to us from how our emotions move us at the beginning of this cycle coming. And then we then move into Gemini late after these two have transited. So our emotions will be moving us in a more energy exchange way, because Mercury fuels Gemini, is heavy on communication and energy exchange. So it's like after entering this toroidal field, our emotions are moving us in a way on, okay, this is how I'm going to exchange my energy. This is how I feel about exchanging my energy, whether this is communicating with your own self, your mind, your thoughts in your head, talking to other people, how you're truly spending your money, because Mercury is about money exchange as well, and it fuels Gemini, of course. Gemini is an air element, so quickness could be in this too, with your thoughts and how you communicate. When I say quickness, if any form of communication was probably put off or any type of exchange, it may come in quite quickly during this time. But again, it's heavy on how you're exchanging your energy, and I feel it synchronizes because it's like, okay, now you've entered into this new toroidal field, attracting experiences to you. You're now exchanging your energy in a certain way when it comes to your long-term solid foundations and your passion towards it as well. Okay, so just keep in mind, obviously, what pops up for you and how you exchange your energy, how you feel about exchanging your energy, and how your emotions are moving you on how to exchange your energy around about that time, because I feel it will give insight into how to exchange your energy when it comes to this long-term goal and your passions towards it. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Bear with me. Forgive me, my baby just woke up. But anyway, we'll get through this quickly. As the moon then moves into Cancer, our emotions after this energy exchange, what we had done, we would have then recognized our emotions, our feelings, our gut instincts, would have then recognized what's truly important to us. Okay, Cancer represents home and family. Forgive me, I'm out of breath, I just ran upstairs. But Cancer, it fuels the fourth house, and it's about home and family. It's the crab. It has its hard external interior, but it's soft inside, so it's naturally very nurturing, fueled by the moon. And it's the full moon. So when it comes to oh, I need to catch my breath. Give me 1 minute. When it comes to what we truly want to nurture, take care of, cultivate, especially when it comes to our long-term goal. So it will be, this could even be, I say long-term goal as like, oh, business or career or whatever, but it's also family as well, friendships and things of that nature. And of course your long-term goal, whether that's business, career, is going to be important to you anyway. It's going to be something you'd want to nurture. So it's from this energy exchange you'll realize, and it's going to be fully illuminated for you on what you truly want to nurture, grow, and protect, whether that is people, project, career, business, and things of that nature. And it will be in alignment with what you want long term, and it's going to be clear to you. It's going to be fully illuminated. Now in this calendar, it wasn't in the previous one, but in this calendar we do have all of the moon names in there. Right at the beginning you've got all of them. So we were basically here, but in 2024, this wolf moon. So do stick around as well, because as well as my videos that I do, how the luminaries support you, the beginning of every month. So along with that video, sorry, I was distracted a bit, but along with that video on how the luminaries support you, that will be out every month on Patreon, we're also gonna go through the moons when we start it on the 24th of April. So that will be available on Patreon. I'll most likely put both of them up on my YouTube for 48 hours, and then it will just be for Patreon supporters only, and it will be donation based. So the lowest tier is £4, and then all tiers will get access to all the same things, but it depends on what you're able to donate. So there's different tiers basically. So the choice is yours, but everyone will get it. And we're going to go in depth into all of the moons and the chemical elements behind it, as well as obviously how the luminaries support you for that month. So 2 videos every month exclusive to Patreon. But with that being said, yeah, do keep that in mind. Anyway, we are entering into this full wolf moon. Of course, by 2025, we'll get into full detail on what this is. But for now, it's going to be fully illuminated on what you want to nurture and grow. okay, what you want to nurture and grow. So pay attention to your passions that come up, and obviously pay attention to what you want, who you want in your life long term, and work on that. And then confirmation burp is happening, people. Do what you love, go after what you love, go after who you love is coming. But anyway, the moon is still fully illuminated, then enters into Leo on the 26th at about evening time GMT. So then our emotions will be moving on us in this bold and confident way. So from how we've entered into this new toroidal field, new experiences coming to us, how we exchange our energy with these new experiences. From that exchange of energy, we then recognize what we want to nurture, what we want to grow. Then it moves into Leo, this bold confidence of and a surety, again still fully illuminated on this is what I'm about. So it's kind of like amplifying what you want to nurture, and your emotions, your energy is moving you in this more confident way to nurture this, to tap into your passion and your long-term goal, to set solid foundations. Yeah, your emotions will be moving you in a confident, bold way to go about these things. So especially if you feel just like, oh, should I really do this before? By the time the moon enters Leo, that kind of shifts. It kind of shifts. But how did you like that, people? Did you like my explanation of this? Is very different to the norm, I feel, when it comes to saying these things, because I feel, what's the point of rinse and repeat? And I'm not saying like, oh, I've just made up my own things, but this is just what comes to me with how I read these energies. Okay, so we are going to move into tarot now. I'm just moving them about, and of course, do grab a reading with me if you would like. But I always say you don't even need a reading. I do offer it, but ultimately you really just need to trust yourself. Trust yourself, that's all you need to do. But take a deep breath with me. Inhale. And exhale. Sure. I think I will do a video of Uranus station direct, because I'm going to have time. The children will be away. But what are the general energies for this cycle? Also, people, if you are new here, the beginning of the month, I do go into the numerology. And when I talk about, for my upcoming Patreon videos, how the luminaries support you, I synchronize all of the luminaries together at once and in alignment with the numerology of the month as well. We don't look too much into the moon because, of course, the moon's going to have its own separate video. But yes, how will clarify the collective for me, tarot? What's happening this cycle? Clarify. We've got the High Priestess. We've got the High Priestess, number 2 energy, moon energy. Interesting. Moon day is the second day. You just flipped right out there. We've got the 8 of Wands. We also had at the bottom of the deck, the moon was in reverse, so I am going to take note of that. Oh, and you just flew right out. Oh, we've got the 2 of Swords. What's coming up this cycle? Is this Lilith energy? And we've got the Queen of Swords as well. I'm feeling one more clarity. I feel that this is that Lilith energy, Maybe a challenging cycle, I'm not going to lie. It may be a challenging cycle. But challenges are just opportunities, and they're just opportunities. So another swords, you know, quickly. Communication. I'm feeling communication. Messages. And we've got the Knight of Wands. So, yeah. So let's take a look anyway at the book. We'll do the High Priestess last. We'll do the Wands and then the Swords, or whatever appears first. The Swords. So we'll do the Swords. Oh, blind to the truth. Two of Swords, blind to the truth, denial, blocked feelings, being unavailable, putting up barriers, pretending one thing, feeling another. Interesting. You know what I think this is? I feel it's this Lilith energy. Like some suppression, potentially. Then we've got the Queen of Swords there. Direct, unpretentious, assured, getting to the point, honest, quick-witted, lively intellect, don't take life too seriously, and judgmental. Judgmental. Okay. Astute. What does astute mean? Unpretentious, astute, direct. Swords are a lot about messages, so I'm wondering if a message potentially could be coming in where you have to be direct about something, but you may be a little bit blind to the truth and in denial about it. You may be blind to the truth and denial about it. Like I says, we are in this full moon energy anyway. It's a full moon, so you're just going off your feelings and intuition. So from that, you may just be like, no, this is what I'm doing, basically. But we've got the Knight and then the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands came up upright. So we've got news, quick developments, making intentions clear, everything up in the air, sorting out priorities, resolving unfinished business. Interesting. So you know how I says I feel messages may come with this Gemini moon? Yeah, finishing off, sorting out unfinished business through messages. You may be in a little denial about whatever comes through there. I'm blind to it. But as I says, the moon was in reverse, so there's not a lot of illusions. So though there may be this little bit of denial, there's still quick messages coming in and you're just straight to the point about it. Yeah. And then we've got the Knight of Wands. So impetuous, foolhardy, adventurous, gift of the gab, talking a lot, charming, insensitive, seductive, lustful, accomplished, exaggerates, and rogue. So again, you've got gift of the gab, lustful. What did I say about feeling hot and spicy potentially? Lustful, gift of the gab. This news, unfinished business may come up where you could be feeling lustful, gift of the gab, adventurous in that as well, and you're just straight to the point of all of that. But there could be something where you're just a bit blind of the truth and denial about something. That's what I'm seeing. But like I says, I was feeling Lilith can be just a bit spicy anyway, and as she's moving into Scorpio, it's just extra spice. It's extra spice. So this could pop up with unfinished business if you got that with anybody. Yeah, unfinished business. Or you've also got quick developments and news where you could be adventurous about that, but don't be blind to anything, I guess, or just be cautious about this quick news and development that's coming in. But we do have the High Priestess as well, which is number 2. So you've got secrets, hidden feelings, feminine power, the healer, silent potential, mystical influences. A secret will be revealed, seeing beyond what's obvious, trusting in your inner guide, being receptive. So we're in receptive mode. That's what I'm seeing. The moon is fully illuminated. The moon is feminine, so I'm seeing definitely receptive mode coming in. So this receptive mode of you've got hidden feelings here as well, but your intuition is high, you're mystical, and a secret will be revealed. So this is that news, quick development coming in, and potential unfinished business. But of course there are secrets and hidden feelings. So this is probably being in denial and blind to the truth of what's coming in. But we're in this full moon energy anyway, so it's about trusting your inner guide and seeing beyond what's obvious. It's fully illuminated, so you're going to know. And it could be romantic. There could be some romance appearing in, especially if you're single. If you're not, it could be like new. No, if you're not, it could be just like new ignited love, basically a new spark coming in, because there's just a lot of passion coming in, and this romance could be towards this long-term goal. So it says unfinished business though, so it could be someone who you already know if you are single, and if you are with someone, then it could be your current partner where it's just reignited. But there could be some hidden secret feelings. Someone likes you is what I'm seeing, and they want you there for your their long-term goal. You may like someone and you want them there for your long-term goal in your foundation and your own stability. This may be fully illuminated on the 25th when you recognize this is who and what I want to nurture. That's what I'm seeing there. That's what I'm seeing. And of course all of this energy coming in, and then Uranus stations direct. So it's like whatever this news, this quick development coming in, it's coming in quite fast, whether this is a person or career opportunity, it's going to be noticeable first house. So whether this is a breakdown in a relationship, people will know and see, or whether this is a relationship coming, it will be known and seen. Even if this is a business relationship, it's going to be known and seen, and it may develop quickly. Trust your feelings and intuition. But I'm seeing a bit of romance because of this card, and however it comes up, you will be assertive and bold about it, like the Queen of Swords. But it's like in all of this, potentially the quickness, how it comes, and potentially your hidden and secret feelings about this, quickness and news and development, may cause you to be in a bit of denial and blind to the truth. So that's what I'm seeing there. Now, let's come back to the present moment. Take a breath with me. Okay, so do let me know if that resonates, or if you liked any part of this video, because just a simple like on the video would help so much. It would help so much. So the present moment, the moon, as I mentioned earlier, is in Aries, and of course soon the sun will enter Capricorn. It's there on that day, but right now it's still in Sagittarius. So that's happening on Saturn's day. So as I mentioned, our moon, our emotions, we may feel this new passion, this new spark, this like just feeling a bit more fresh and up to doing things now. Especially if you felt like going through Pisces, you had to, Pisces, it's still in Pisces right now, it's moving into Aries, but you had to kind of truly alchemize all your feelings basically, and we're being birthed out into the new waters this morning. So by the time you're watching this, we've already done birthed, and we're going to be in Aries fully. So let me know if throughout today you just felt this new spark and just a bit more energy and passion to get things done again. Yeah, do let me know, because that is how our emotions and our energy is moving us currently. And of course, do know that soon we will be seeing through the lens of this full solid foundation, this long-term goal when it comes to our career, business, projects, people, family, relationships, romantic, platonic. We'll be seeing through that lens. So yeah, with that being said, Do let me know if any of this resonates. Do make sure you check out my extra videos that will be out on YouTube for 48 hours, and then it will be on Patreon. All the support would mean the world to me. As I said, it's only £4. It's only £4. I just feel it's amazing to connect back to nature and to kind of experiment and see how these natural energies impact us. I feel we've done amazing for over a year. I've been doing this, and it's time to take that next step. So confirmation burp is happening, I guess. Yeah, do grab these calendars if you'd like. They're amazing to learn from. It's got all of the symbology at the back, the extra symbols that's not mentioned in mainstream astrology as well, the elements, and so on and so on. And grab a reading if you'd like to. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Angel out. Bye. My nails are horrible, I know. I'll see you in the next video. Au revoir.